You see, it's not something that I can attain myself. It's something that He has to give me. That's what, the whole principle of grace is, ain't it, Key? When you think about it, He's talking about, God's amazing grace is what Keith, used in the women's prison. Bless the soul of that little girl that wrote the letter back to us. It was God's amazing grace that saved us. It reached way down to a wretch like me. What did it tell you? All those things. It talks about God's amazing grace. So even what all God has brought you through so far, how have you got to the place where you're at? It's because of that amazing grace that we're able to stand. When you look, there's one more principle, one more thing that I want to show you. There is a problem with the law, and you know what it is? It's not God's problem, it's ours. You see, this morning, sometimes we're discouraged. It's because we fail and we falter. But can I tell you, God ain't never failed. He ain't never faltered. And His law is perfect. If you was able to follow every one of those 10 commandments, can I tell you that you would be a perfect individual? But there's not a one that's kept it. Not a one. From the beginning, we all, I think even from the little bitty babies, Michael, I've said it in times past, we knew how to lie from the beginning. We knew how to, we'd cry. That mother picks up the baby, it stops crying, you feed it, you change it. Don't matter, Keith, you lay it back in the crib, you walk off from it, what does it do again? It cries. It knows. It knows how to lie already from the beginning, even a sweet little angel that it is laying there. But yet, the problem with the law is us. We're unable. Which is why you've got to cast off those things that within yourself. Paul said it best there in chapter 7 and verse 19. Look over there. Look at what Paul says, his struggle with the flesh. It says, for the good that I do not, he said, but the evil which I would not that I do. Now let me read that again. In verse 19 of chapter 7 of Romans, it says, for the good that I would, I do not. It says, but the evil which I would not that I do. It says, now, if I do that I would not, it says, is there no more than I that do it? But sin that dwelleth in me. He said, I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. And it says, for I delight in the law of God, that after the inward man I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity of the law of sin, which is in my members. He said, O wretched man, he says, that I am.